Daddy is determined to be the best Final Fantasy player ever. How will we accomplish such an impossible feat? Through my love for you big boys and with our arousal, we shall become the best Final Fantasy drafters in the world. If you don't know what draft is, it's where you pick cards from packs and pass them around the table, and whoever builds the best deck gets all the hoes. Through our arousal, we shall unlock the secrets of how to win every match. So let's begin our first draft. In the first pack, Daddy implemented a method called the Friendly Salad Toss. The pack has two good cards, the Rare and Chocobo. The Rare is actually a little bit more powerful, but by instead of taking Chocobo, we can be pretty sure the player next to us will go white, and that worked really well. Because the player next to us passed us a lot of good stuff, we ended up with two Chocobo, which gets buffed by lands, with enough card draw, and one Sajin. That gets buffed by non-creature spells. We have a Bite spell for removal, and as for Origins, it digs and gains life, and if we flash it back, it turns into 4-4. Then there's Cecil, a 2-3 Death Touch, that also flips into 4-4. We have a land that makes a 7-7, two counter cards, this one surveils. We have a flyer to fill the graveyard, for cards like Exodeath, that won't permanent to graveyard, and Cloud Darkness, which removes a creature. Then there's removal, rampant buffs, like Fenrir, and then there's Urza, which nuts out an artifact token, and can cast something for free. For artifacts, we have Retrieve the Esper, first making a 3-3, and then a 5-5. Then there's Diabeto, that makes a token against trample, and more card draw. That is the deck. Can this deck 3-0? Off we go to find out. Opening hand for lands we'll keep. We draw removal. Oh, and opponent plays a mana dork. Oh, more land. We take two, and opponent passes. Ooh, Cecil. We'll play it, and then we'll pass. Opponent passes. Urza, that's pretty good, but they probably have counter. So we'll instead make a 3-3. They do have counter, and then we'll pass. Opponent passes. Chocobo, okay. We'll play it, and then try for Urza. Urza hits. We'll removal. At least we keep our token. Oh, board wipe. And they flip their creature. It's not going so well. Exeth, we'll play it, and then we must pass. Opponent tries with a haste creature, but we'll counter. We go to 3. And now does it not die? Will Chocobo kick the creature and try and come back? Oh, it'll deal 4 damage to us directly. Okay, so game 2 it is. Opening hand 5 lands. We'll keep it in prey. Opponent passes. We'll play land and swing for 1. Opponent passes again. Urza, swing for 2. Attempt Exeth. And opponent cycles out of sadness. They play a 3-2. That's it. Buff Chocobo. Swing out. Opponent's desperate to trade. And then play Urza. Opponent plays Garland, which prevails when they play non-creature spell. Who lands? Play Diabeto. Swing like this. Opponent takes 4. Opponent passes with 5 mana open. We'll first play land. Swing like this. They trade. Oh, they try and deal 6 damage. However, we can use Urza to get a random free card. Retrieve the Esper, sure. We'll cast it for free. And our opponent's desperate to survive. They remove Diabeto. That's fatphobic. And our opponent agrees. Play must settle things game 3. Going into game 3, swinging ramp. That's game 3. Opening hand's good enough. We'll keep. We draw removal. And play a birdie. Opponent passes. Swing for 1. And opponent cycles. Oh, removal. If only we had 3 mana. But on the bright side, we'll play Exeth. They play Black Wall number 3 with Flying and Death Touch. We'll remove it. And swing for 3. 3-2 for opponent. And it's a tad bit risky. But how about we swing? Opponent goes for block. Search for land. And buff. Exeth arrives. Our opponent must be devastated. They play Big Girl, which now saw a token when it attacks. Cloud Darkness, that's good. But only 1 permanent in graveyard. So for now it's too risky. Swing for 4. Play our vehicle. And make a 3-3. Our opponent's just bending over and taking it. They remove our 3-3. Oh, shoot, should have crewed. Oopsies. How about instead? Play Cloud Darkness. Take out Big Girl. We crew. And what now? They use removal? What is this witchcraft? Swing for 4. They play a flyer. And another one. They empty their hand. And now some long and hard decisions. We can draw or flashback. But now they have a lot of weenie jumpers. Wrong seems best. Yeah, never mind. We'll push in. Opponent says big coxable blocks. We will accept these terms. And realizing how pregnancy works, our opponent gives birth. That was a pretty tough first match, but a fun one. Now it's on the next match. Opening hands fast, we'll keep. We draw counter and play Cecil. Opponent plays a 2-2. And we're short on lands, so we'll play that. And we'll pass. Opponent cycles. And it's too hard to attack. Who lands? We'll put out an airship. And then we'll pass. They play a 2-1. And they pass. On our turn, we'll play Exeth for airship. And swing the filter our hand. Tough decision. But we'll dump one land because we want permanents in graveyard. Oh, let's get X. A 3-3 when a creature damages us. They can pay life to draw. They really want to draw. We'll block a creature. And opponent draws. 2 more counter. We shall crew. Swing. Throw this in graveyard. Then set us flashback. We'll then hold up disruption and pass. They try to deal 3 damage to Exeth, but we'll attempt to buff. Saving Exeth. They swing. And we'll actually block here. That gives them the token. And now they play Judge, which gets buffed when their creature dies. Now we have many options. We'll crew again. Swing. Throw land in graveyard. Now with 3 permanents in graveyard, we'll play Cloud Darkness. And more kicks for you. And their Judge gets buffed. Opponent swings. It has menace so we can't block. Oh, and they have removal. Taking out Cecil. And they have a 3-3 flyer for turn. We draw Fenrir. Play Fenrir. Hold disruption and pass. Opponent swings. Do we go for removal? Risky, but we'll do this. Make 2 flyers. They go for removal. We'll counter in response. More removal. And it was just a bluff, so they're not going to block. They play another creature, but sadness time for opponent. Remove their Judge. Bounce a land. Replay the land. Although we could have bounced a cool land, but this is also cool. Make it 5-5. And then we'll pass. Because by waiting, they lose Garuda. They equip. We'll let it go through. Before we lose Fenrir, we shall crew. Fenrir draws us a card. And swing out. Dump card draw. Opponent chumps. And we'll hold up disruption. Opponent swings out. Are they on the crack pipe? Or they'll be taking lethal. The brain rot must have gotten them. We'll dig. Oh, they're so clever. They play removal. And hold up just enough mana so we can't syncopate. They so nutty. Draw some more. Ooh, Urza. We'll dump this. Play this. Play Urza. We then crew. And swing for 6. And they admit defeat. Opening hand 4 lands we'll keep. Ooh, Sajin. That shall be most useful. With Sajin. Opponent passes. Ooh, Fenrir. We shall play it. And opponent digs for another the weenie. Now they're both 2/1s. They play a 2/2, and they remove our Sajin. So we'll have to take 4 here. Do we remove something here? I guess we could. Play X after the counter, remove their creature, and push in for 3. Opponent plays Judge. They buff it, and now we draw off. We could just draw some cards this turn, or we play land and hold up double disruption. Daddy kind of wants to draw here. Draw for cards, and those are some pretty bad draws. Oh, Aerith. So when they attack here, they'll gain a life, and when they gain a life, Aerith gets a counter, and when Aerith goes to Jesus, their legendary creatures get those counters. Block here, and they replay it. So we're in a bit of a bind. We can remove one thing. If we remove Aerith, the Judge will get buffed. If we remove the Judge, we'll attach our equipment on something else, and Aerith will keep getting buffed. So we must be very careful about this. Let's wait to see what they do. Opponent swings, buffing Aerith. We'll then say big coxable blocks, but we can't let Aerith die before the Judge. So we'll take the rest of the damage. They equip, and now removal. Since they're out of legendary creatures, we try to protect. Counter with syncopate. Wonderful. Although we're at 5 life, try to dig for an answer. A 4/4 sure. We'll play it and pass. Judge again. That's a problem. Swing. We'll trade. We dig. Wrong land. And more land. Shoot. Oh, I should play the wrong card. Oh, this is good though. We'll favor that. Flash us back. Graveyard down the creature maker. We gain some life. Opponent swing still. Those hoes. They have removal. That's fine. We can't block it. We survive at 3. With all of our mana. Flash us back. Play XF. And then we'll pass. And XF flips into a 6/3. This hoe. Too much menace will counter. And Daddy has a dummy thick plan. We buff our board. We call Darkness. We got Judge. Swing for 15. And make a 5/5. Opponent plays a flyer. It's a 3/4. We'll try to give our opponent. Swing out. And we take the win. You know what that means. It's time for the finals. And wish us luck. Opening is just okay, but we'll keep. We'll hold a counter, which we'll use. And luckily we exile, so no flashback. As for Origins, that's pretty good. We'll play it. And graveyard both. Opponent mills. Throwing a flashback card in graveyard. More land. Is it worth flipping this? Probably too soon. We'll play a 3/3 and pass. Opponent swings. Why? We'll say big cocks and blocks. And then pass. Alright, we'll swing. And use Esper Origins. We get a 4/4. This time they don't attack. Urza. Daddy sees something kinky here. We make 2 green, which we'll use to play Urza. Urza hits. We'll lose half our mana, making 2 blue. Making a 5/5. And then we'll play it safe and pass. Opponent digs for land. They play a big guy with a big sword, which digs for land. And when a land enters a buff, we take 5. And now time for math. Our board gets buffed. Opponent blocks like that. Dig for swamp. Buff our creature. Opponent goes to 5. Play Veneer. And now what shall opponent do? They play removal. Taking out our token. Oh, and the magic gods want us to win. Play XF. Jacoba kick. Swing out. They chump. Oh, and they buff. Okay, that's fine. They survive at 1. They play another Cloud of Darkness. Taking out X-Death. Now we lose Fenrir. Let's draw a card. We'll play our Cloud. Taking out theirs. Then we'll pass. Oh my gosh, they have another. Holy shit, their deck's insane. Uh-oh, there was not a ton of draw lands. And losing Urza was a real stinky. We'll pass. They flash back to make a token. Now we can just draw a big ground creature spell. We'll be unblockable. Removal, okay. Attempt removal. And finally we take game 1. This is gonna be so difficult. Opening hand 1 land, can't do that. We'll maul. And there's too many lands, but we'll keep. We draw that. On cycles. Hard draw. And they have Fenrir. Pretty good turn 3. 2 clouds. In that case, play Airship. Oh, and they have Genova. Oh my gosh. That's so good. They put a count on a creature. And when that creature dies on their turn, they draw cards equal to its power. They're gonna draw 5 cards? Well, that's not good. We'll try to dig for an answer. We swing. That's not an answer. Alright, we'll have to pass. They draw their 5 cards. Forgle. And they have this land as well. Oh my gosh, who passed them these cards? They were drafting with Helen Keller. We take 2. I think we're just dead. So we'll try to win quickly in game 3. Going into game 3 is bringing 1 pump, but that's game 3. Opening hand, that's a lot of lands. And no black, so we'll mull. Double green. We have Surveil, so we'll keep. We'll play Chocobo and pass. They also have 1. Oh my gosh. Okay, if I'm blue, get him for 1. We'll dig. Keep land on top. And I get 2/2. I'm gonna try and block. Alright, swing for 2. We're both just bowling each other, just as Richard Garfield intended. We'll swing again. Play Urza. Cycles. If we just draw black, we might have a shot here. Opponent swings. I assume they have pump, but we'll risk getting block. And pump they do. So it's Urza. In this land, okay. As for Origins, we find black. Drawing land. We'll push in for 5. Play Cecil. Opponent digs. Finds a forest. And there's Genova, turning that into a mutant. Now the question is, do we block? We'll kill their Chocobo. But if we wait to attack with Cecil, it'll flip into a lifelinker. I think it'd be taking too much damage. So we'll block the bird. Make 2 mana. Shoot 8 mana. A really bad number here. We'll take out Genova. If we swing with everything, they're gonna have to block. They'll chump there, take 5. If they kill us on the crackback, there's a few cards that could do it. I think we gotta take a risk. Swing out. Opponent chumps. And unfortunately, we're 1 mana off from playing anything. So we'll have to pass. They buff the bird. Daddy's heart's pounding here. I feel like they have an answer. We'll get trample on our turn, but they can kill our bird, and we're clapped. They also have the big creature in hand, which would be a 7/7. Oh, they play a 6/6 and gain life. That's huge for them. Pat Chocobo, where were you at last turn? Okay, I have 7 power. They have trample. They'll have to block. The question is, do they double block? If so, do we swing with both? I think we do. Swing out. They do double block. They get a 4. We'll make a 7/7 and play our land. So we can land Chocobo. We can get trample turn later. Vanille. Oh my gosh, you see how many cards they have? How many good cards they have? This is insane. They were drafting with Helen Keller. They return their big sword hoe, which gives trample. Daddy doesn't like this. Play fat Chocobo, and then we'll pass. They whip out their big sword. They get a land a buff. They give the bird trample. So it'll force us to block, and oh, more buff. Oh man. So we gotta block with 4 toughness at least. Block like this. One passes. X-Death, okay. Doesn't flip though. Play X-Death and Airship, and we'll have to pass. Cloud of Darkness. They remove it. Burn response. One passes. Think your crew here. Swing with the Airship. Ooh, this card land. One trades. And do we play Sajin or a 5/5? 5. Guess the 5/5. We will lose that Chocobo next turn though. Oh, we get back to creatures. Oh shit. They buff. And this looks like the end. Shoot. We were so close. Helen Keller can go eat daddy's pussy, but here's the thing. It was a fantastic match. We are too aroused to end there. So let's do another draft. And hopefully this run teaches us everything we need to know to win every time. And in this draft, we got a lot of good stuff. 3 Choco Comets, which deals X damage to any target, and nuts out a creature token. That's such a good value. We also have 3 Summon Shiva. Before 5/1 enters, we tap and stun a creature, and eventually draw a nutload of cards. Multiple Shivas work really well together because of all the tapping, but it gets even better because we have a lot of cards that benefit from 4-mana spells, like Shantoto, which gets buffed by non-creature spells and draws us cards. Likewise, there's Emperor, which gets buffed by 4-mana spells, and Prompto Argentum, which makes a treasure, and Tajin, which gets buffed and becomes unblockable, and lastly, Blazing Bomb, which gets buffed and can ping. So what are these 4-mana spells? We have Eject, to bounce a creature and draw, Retrieve the Esper, to make a 3/3, and we can cast it from graveyard, then Warrior Sword, making a 4/3, and the underrated Sorcerer Schemes, we return a spell from graveyard to hand, and make a mana. The spell we want to return the most, Choco Comet, and we can even flashback Schemes for more casting stuff from graveyard. There's Questus, works like Snapcaster Mage, then we have Removal and Disruption, some card draw, like Dreams of Lasagna, and to fill out a curve, we have some 2/1s. That's our deck. Can we go undefeated? We're off to go find out. Opening hand is a great curve, we'll keep. We'll play our Weenie. Oh, more land. We'll swing for 1, and then we'll pass. They play 2/1, and more land for us. We'll take out the 2/1, and then we'll pass. Opponent passes. We draw Shiva, and I'm sure opponent has something good, but try to make a 3/3. They counter. Push in for 5, and opponent draws. And then a 3-color deck. Putting out their ball. I keep my balls in my pants. No, we don't have the land for this. If they take out their ball, that feels so bad. They tap down our creature, and we'll swing for 3. Ultimacia, face a rail, and technically a blue land. Okay, we'll swing. See if opponent's brave enough to block. They are. Exile the creature. No, they protect it. Very unfortunate. And if they deal damage to us, they can stack their ball, draw 2 cards. But they don't. Ooh, that's also good. But Shiva seems smarter. Oh, they counter. So no Shiva for us. They swing. We take 5. Well, let's try this again. Play Shiva. Oh, sweet Jesus. We're taking 5 again. And it was our last chance to not get pregnant. Deal 5 Ultimacia. That worked. Oh, let's tap down our creature. We go 2/3. 1 card in our hand. We'll first play Emperor and hold it bounce. They try to wipe, but only Mama wipes for me. Return Emperor. Oh, Xenos. Why are they making things so difficult? Oh my goodness, we're so close to getting this to work. We have 8 mana. If we get back Comet, we can only deal 3 damage. So as Dirt Beater as feels. Play Emperor. Play Schemes. Grab our Comet. Play it to deal 1 to opponent. And put out a Chumper. But if they can kill our Weenie, Xenos will flip into an 8/8. Opponent digs. And opponent's afraid to attack. Astrologer's Planisphere. When they cast on creature spell, it gets 1 with counter. More land. Daddy has a plan. With 9 mana, 5 to flashback, make 1. That's 5 mana. With Emperor, that's 6. So we can kill Xenos. Comet again. 4 damage Xenos. And we'll play it safe and pass. Opponent plays 1/4. That draws only to rail. They equip it. Now let's try and pull us off. We'll dig. No land. Or another land. Play this equipment. Land a buff. Equip bird. Swing. Untap. And deal 5 damage to opponent. Opponent's forced to block like this. And opponent concedes. Going against this, we're going to syncopate with asking 2. Opening is fine, we'll keep. Start with Blazing Bomb. Draw syncopate. Swing for 1. And player 2/1. Oh, they bounce their token. Opponent passes. Swing for 1. They pass again. More land. Swing for 1 again. And they try and tap down our thing, but that we will counter. Even if that's what our opponent wanted. They make a 3/3. Ooh, Emperor, nice. For 5 mana, we'll play Shiva. Tap down the token. And swing for 2. Opponent passes. And they probably have something. Play Emperor. If we counter. Asking us to pay 4, but we will. So counter does not happen. Oh, now counter happens. But I'm not sure our opponent has enough threats to back up all this counter. Seems like a bit much. Opponent digs. Finally finding black. Draw a card. Ooh, Shantoto. But for now, buff our creature. They counter and exile, good. We'll then dig. For that and graveyard for now. We draw land. We'll put them at 6. They make a 5/5. Oh my goodness. This shall be brutal. Deal 5 to our opponent. They get to survive at 1. Ultimacia. Oh my goodness, they tap out. Happy birthday to us. Another comment for lethal. Our poor impregnated opponent. But now it's not like pregnancy. Oh my gosh, this is bad. We'll maul. This is better, we'll keep. We'll play our Weenie. We draw land. They play a 2/2. Oh my gosh, what a top deck. Play Shantoto. And now our opponent will soon be pregnant. They swing for 2. We'll gladly take it. They play a 3/2. Good for them. We draw land. 4 mana, make a 3/3. Shantoto gets buffed. And draws us a card. And oh, Tajin. Then with Blazing Bomb. They got a Saga creature. And we push for 4. They play a creature with lifelink. And they suspiciously swing, which means they must have pump. They sure do. With land number 5. Play Shiva. Keep Coral tapped. Push in for 3. They make a wizard. Back in ping. Tap their lifelinker. With 6 mana. Flash us back. Shantoto's a 6/4. And opponent concedes. How brutal. Open hand, no blue. But it seems good enough to keep. We'll keep. Who is blue? We'll play Blazing Bomb and pass. They play 1/1. We'll land. Player 2/2. Number 2. Opponent buffs out Desperation. Ooh, they find removal. Which they use. Good for them. Which means they can hit us for 8. But they don't attack. I'm not sure that was intentional. Remove the creature with Comet. And swing for 1. They play the creature. Player land. Deal 2 damage to Comet. Swing for 5. No, they concede. But we were having so much fun. I guess we're gonna have to go have fun in the finals instead. Quickly, here are the winners of the giveaway. And that's on the next match. Opening hand's a little underwhelming, but we'll keep. Opponent plays Blazing Bomb. Oh, more land. And Ultros. Another creature. We'll play a 2/1 pass. Oh, removal. And they play 1/4. Shantoto. We'll play it and pass. Opponent swings. We'll risk it and block. And opponent passes. Glyphsis. But we have nothing in graveyard. So best option here. Put out some creatures. And then we'll pass. They play mana value 4. Tapping Shantoto. Then they ping attacking our creature, and we take 1. We'll retrieve the Esper for us 2, nice. We'll play it, draw on Comet, and we'll pass. Opponent swings, we'll trade, and then play this Hoe. We don't want them keeping that. Comet deals 3, we draw a card, and fist for 5. Our opponent must be devastated. Call the Mountain Chocobo, stunning Shantoto. They have quite similar decks. Ooh, another Comet. Daddy has a homeopathic plan. Play Quistis, get back Comet, and take Ultros. Then we'll have to pass. They have a Comet as well, taking out Shantoto, and this really is a mirror match. Opponent passes. It's time to go on the offensive. We shall buff, play Shiva, stun their 4-4, something like this, and now we're in the lead. They make a 5-5. Ooh, removal. Oh, they protect their creature. Interesting. It looks like we have lethal. We'll swing out. They take 6, and combat them for 5, so they take him 1. Going to game 2, we'll swing 1 counter with that's going 2. Opening hand stocks them all. Ooh, and no blue. I guess we'll keep. Who knows blue? We'll play Blazing Bomb and pass. They play 1-4, and we draw another Shiva. Opponent swings. They play Blazing Bomb. Ooh, an Emperor. To protect Emperor. King Blazing Bomb. That worked. Then play Emperor, and pass back. Oh, removal. And another Blazing Bomb. Ooh, and wonderful. They make a 3-3. We must be so proud. We'll bounce it. Dreams of Lasagna. For now, play Shiva, keeping Blazing Bomb tapped. They play another, and they have 1 card in hand. We'll first swing. Play Shiva number 2. They work so well together, because next turn we get to draw. Mountain Chocobo, buffing the creatures, and it's about to be a 4-4. These are already pretty big. Very scary. But check out this combo. Tap down the creature. With 3 creatures tapped, we draw 3 cards. So many options. Swing for 4, and then save this option. 3 damage there. And player 2-2. We make a 5-5. Opponent passes. We draw a card. Land do. Okay, kinkiest option. Play schemes. Getting back Comet. We make a treasure. Comet the Sentinel. And we'll pass. We make another bird. And now they have a 4-4. They swing out. Block like this. Oh, removal. Shoot. Daddy didn't expect that. And that's a lot of lands. Daddy has a plan. Get back eject. Balance their token. Quistis nice. Our opponent's doing pretty well. Hitting us for 7 here, which means they could Comet us. Merchant. And more land for us. Here's what we'll do. Quistis. Deal 5, make a token. And we're still at 3. No, they have us. They're making us play a 3rd game. How rude. Opening hand a lot of lands. Well, we'll dig, so we'll keep. Removal. We'll dig now. Graveyard land. And we draw Comet. Opponent plays Blazing Bomb. And another. Shantoto. We'll play and pass. They swing. In this case, we'll say no blocks. And they play Ultros. They have a really fast start, but we can Comet here. They got Ultros. We draw a card. And fist in for 4. Oh, they remove Shantoto because they're racist. We'll play land. Number 3. They don't want to trade. Play removal. And 2-1. They play 3-3. And they still swing. Schemes, okay. We have 6 mana. We'll surprise our opponent in a swing. They block. Then play Quistis. And flash back the Comet. They have 4 cards in hand. Removal. And they're too afraid to attack. Who eject. Bounce their creature. And land. Equip. Swing for 6. They play 1-4. Good for them. Land. We'll swing. They block. Oh, removal. So in that case, we'll play 3-3. And then we'll pass. Opponent digs. Happy birthday to us. Blazing Bomb. We have 1-2. Swing on the tap. Play bomb. Flash this back. They do 4. We do all this. They block like this. Player unblockable creature. And after smothering our opponent's face with their butt cheeks, our opponent's had enough, which means we take the 3-0. Oh man, after that run, Daddy has some great news. Daddy cracked the code. I did 8 more drafts. Of those 8 runs, 2 of them were 2 wins and 1 loss. And 6 out of 8 of those runs were undefeated. That's 6 3-0s almost all in a row. And multiple of these runs had no game losses at all. It was absolutely amazing. And so I think I cracked the code how to win every time. My biggest concern was the mana curve. The goal is to have 7 2-drops, 7 3-drops, 7 4-drops, and about 3 5 and 6 drops. There was some flexibility there. The number of 2-drops ranged from 4 to 10, but the general idea was to have good tempo and pressure the opponent every turn. The next goal was to have 5 removal cards, and the last goal was to have as many creatures as possible. The ideal number was 16, but it was sometimes as low as 12, and that includes creature makers, like the job select equipment. And that was basically it. If the final deck had all those things, it was super easy to go undefeated. There was one last trick that Daddy pulled out of his prison pocket. When opening the first pack to draft, I tried to start in blue. I would start there and try to either go Grixis, going after creatures that trigger when you play a 4-mana spell, but by the time you get to the second pack, you can tell if that archetype's open or not, and oftentimes Grixis is not open. So Daddy's next choice was Sultai. Green-black has some really good multicoloring comments, but Sultai is pretty popular, and those colors often aren't open. Then my next choice would be to lean into white-black. Again, the goal is to have a balanced curve, with 5 removal cards, and up to 16 creatures. White has some really good fast threats, but if you're running white, you have to balance it with a color that has good late game value. So hopefully you can employ this technique yourself to clap your opponent's cheeks and get all the hoes. Daddy had a nutload of fun drafting Final Fantasy, and I hope you big boys did as well. Constructed gameplay will return next, and until next time, send me tech.